But look, let's talk about Everton against Manchester City. I mean, Everton fans might not want us to talk about it, to be absolutely honest. So it's the size of their task is obvious, you know. They've got Manchester City tonight. They could be in the relegation zone before kick-off. I mean, this is unimaginable, but not a shot on target at Southampton.
And that's what's concerning. And I spoke about Southampton expectations. Everton, I didn't expect to see them where they were. I'll be honest, I know when Rafa was in at the start of the season, probably getting results when they weren't performing, covers things up, he goes, Frank comes in and you think, they beat Brentford, everything's rosy, perform unbelievable in the FA Cup. And then they go to Newcastle and in the space of a few days, they look the shadow of the team and you think, right, so we're on here talking about how bad they were, and then they put a performance in against Leeds, which we know that can happen. You think, right, you see the overjoy that Frank Lampard had, and then you have Southampton. You go there and think, right, this is a game, and you don't perform. I think that was Frank's concern. They didn't have a shot. They were poor, and that's when you look and you know you're in a relegation battle.
But they were really flattered, weren't they, Dawes? Because if Jordan Pickford hadn't been, you know, on his game, then they'd have been battered.
Without a shadow of a doubt. He's kept them in the game, all right, but you've then got to talk about, right, we've got to get up the field, we've got to score goals, we've got to try and win a football match, because you look where they are now. 2 points. Wow, above Burnley. And a week ago, Burnley, 2 wins in 2. Did we see that? There's 1 game all season. So I think Frank Lampard has got a major, major job on his hands. And I think he realised after last week, the severe of it, it's severe that they're in. And Manchester City didn't see that against Spurs last week. And there's only one result for me in this, and they will bounce back and they will win. We spoke, didn't we, Tim? It's about how Everton perform in this game. And could it be damage limitations? You look at the games coming up. Tottenham, Wolves, Newcastle. Wow. It's big.
Well, if you really want to take it further, you know, their last 8 games, 5 of those are against sides currently in the top 6 in the Premier League. They have one heck of a finish. Merson, do you see Frank Lampard's point when he says, the minute games turn against us, there's a mentality issue?
Yeah, but that's his job. He's got to come in and do that. I mean, they've had some great managers. They've had Ancelotti there. I mean, Ancelotti's there and he couldn't do anything with them. You know, this is the problem, you know. Sometimes it's too easy. Sometimes, you know what, if we get relegated, none of them are going to be there. They're not going to be there. Not one player. Do you know what I mean? They're not, you know, and this is the problem they have. They got to dig in here. They are in they're in more trouble than any other team, in my opinion, because of the fixture list. Because of the fixtures, you go, right, I mean, will they get anything tonight? I very much doubt it. What I do like about Frank, he has a go, you know, and he'll have goes along the way. But at the moment, to go to Southampton, not have a shot, it's like a roller coaster. 1 minute they're up here, next minute I said it on here the other week. They've got to start getting to 7.5 a week, not 9, 4, 9, 4. You've got to get it across the board. That might keep them up, the consistency, but. At the moment, I just don't see it, Jeff. I just do not see it at the moment. I think they're in big trouble, Everton Football Club.
They've used 32 players so far this season, more than anybody else in the Premier League as well. And Tim, does it show how foolhardy the club was in allowing Rafa to make decisions in the transfer window and then sack him? And if I looked at, for instance, Patterson, Mikolenko, El Ghazi, all Rafa signings, not one of them got off the substitutes bench last week.
Yeah. Stocking fillers, players who obviously Frank didn't want. He's putting them on the bench just in case he needs them. He's not going to go forward with this group. Absolutely stupid to be able to do that. You know, letting him bring players in, knowing full well there's a good opportunity you're going to sack him and change your manager. He's not got a magic wand, Frank, but he would have to look at himself as well, as the players have to, and say that I'm not getting the best out of this group. Their performances at home and away are Jekyll and Hyde. Now, unfortunately, they go home. But they're going home against a wounded animal here. You know, it's really important for Man City to bounce back. They've tasted defeat for the first time in a long time. So it's how they respond. And Merce said Frank's teams like to have a go. Man City want them to come and have a go. Yeah. Come and have a go, open up space, and they could get beat very, very heavily. They cannot lose this game heavily tonight. I think it's like anyone can lose. It's how the manner of the defeat here tonight. He's got to have a go. That Goodison crowd do not expect anything.
Because he wouldn't have a go.
Exactly.
Wouldn't have a go.
There's a certain way you have to play if you're an Everton manager, and I think Frank's a bright guy. He's realising that. But it's a chicken and egg tonight. You don't really. You want to see the blueprint what Tottenham put down. Don't come out, defend the edge of your box, and have the pace on the counter-attack. It'd be interesting to see how he goes about it tonight.
And it's interesting as well, Clinton, because Damari Gray and Abdoulaye Doucouré are both back in training. Sounds a bit defeatist, but do you take the view of not risking them against Manchester City and saving them for more winnable games?
No, it's not risky. You just don't do it. I don't think if they've not had enough minutes on the training pitch, if you're fit enough, you're ready to go into the squad. But do you risk them from the start in this game? No, you don't. Doucouré is so important, and Damari Gray has been important for Everton. He's been one of their best players. He's the type, though, in this type of game, where you play on the counter-attack, you want Damari Gray because he can break with his pace. Yeah. But you are right. Do you take the risk with him with Man City? You're not going to see the ball much. Doucouré, you'd probably want to take a risk as also another risk with him in midfield because he can dog it in there, win back the ball. But it's difficult. Today's game's not going to defy Everton's season. There's a lot of big games coming up. You look at the likes of, we said it, Tottenham, Wolves, Newcastle. They're the big games, and you have to win your home games. Today's a difficult game. Most people don't expect Everton to get anything, but you have to set out right. As we was watching there, the young boy Gordon, I think he's been the bright spot for them. He's been really good this season for them, but it is a struggle. I look now and I'm thinking, where are you going to get the results from? I think the home form is going to be important because the crowd behind them, backing them, they've got brilliant fans. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. But we say that, Jeff. This is the Premier League. Anything can happen. Some of the games they've got coming up, they are difficult, and they probably go on and win them games. But it's confidence, and at the moment, the players are probably low on confidence, not winning football matches, and that's the only thing I worry about with Everton. But if you ask me now, I think Everton will be okay.
And we should take notice of you because it is, let's be honest, clairvoyant Clinton, or Mystic Morrison if you prefer. He was the only one who said that the title race
I give credit to Tim.
over.
Tim wasn't on that day. It was Merce, yourself, and Dawes was... Yeah, he was piping up in the...
I ragged him and he said it's all over.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, it's all over.
He texted me
I
and
would have
said
said it was all over.
Would you? Oh, he's in you lot's camp then. I'll have a go at all of you.
You were the only one.
I still think it is.
You still think it is?
Yeah.
You still think it is?
I still think Man City win the league.
No, I didn't say...
3 points in it now. You can't say it's all over.
Yeah, it's game on.
It's game on.
It's game on. I didn't say... Remember, I didn't say Man City wouldn't win.
No, we were talking about 12 points.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
we were.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, we didn't think that result was going to happen last weekend, though, did we,
Not
Jeff?
bad. Better than 26 when you got something right.
Who? I've had everything. Hey, you know what? I've carried you all season. Brilliant.
Dawes, we all say it's a wounded tiger in Manchester City today. Yeah. But is there just a hint that actually they're human? Dawes, look, everybody says wounded tiger, so on and so forth. But, they're human. Is there just a thought that maybe they are getting a little bit edgy? They drew at Southampton and then they've lost at home against Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always easier chasing. And people say you'd rather be ahead. Yeah, but you've got the pressure of leading. And they were so far ahead. And yeah, Clint, I did say that the title race was over. And I'm with Merson. Man City, I believe, I said from day one, I think they are a sensational force. And credit to Liverpool as well, because they've made this title race a challenge. But I just think the way... Last week against Spurs, they could have won. But Spurs played... You have to just play defensively deep against them. And Spurs' threat is on the counter-attack. And they don't care, Man City. They chuck everyone forward. They chuck the full-backs forward. And I worry for Everton today. I really do. You can never knock Manchester City. Anyone can lose a football match. And this is what we talk about the Champions League. For me, the best team around. They really are. They're a joy to watch. And today it'll be one step.
It's a massive football match for Man City today.
Massive. Massive.
Really, 3 weeks ago, it was virtually over.
Yeah.
Be honest, we're talking 12 points at one stage. I know they had games in hand.
5.5 weeks ago, there were 14 points.
Yeah. Now they're going to Everton. And, we've played at Everton enough times. True. Everton's a hard place to go. No matter how well you're playing. And it's, it's tight. And if Everton... This is a big football match, massive football match. And if there's anybody, we said it last week, if anybody could go to the Etihad and win a football match, it is Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
definitely.
Because Man City won't play. They'll still going forward.
Oh, yeah.
And the attack of Liverpool.
Jeff,
So
starting to agree with me now, aren't they?
No.
I knew I'd turn them. That's why I'm sitting there. I'm just sitting there smiling. Isn't it, Merson? It's a good day for Clinton today. Woo!
Do you want to know the record of the wounded Tigers, by the way, when they've been beaten in the past? The last 19 times they've been beaten in the Premier League, in the following game they have won 18
Wow.
undrawn.
That's what you call a top team.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.